Am I in focus? I think I am, so I'm just gonna do it. Hey guys, it is your girl, Confident Black Girl, and I am back finally with another video. I know I've been going for like a little tidbit. It's one word: college. Just been kicking my booty butt cheeks. But I am back with another video on advice to get your first nose piercing. So I have got my nose pierced twice, so I feel like I'm like a veteran at this. But basically in the same place, because the first time I got it pierced, I didn't like the placement at all. And I was like obsessing over it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take this out and get it pierced again. And plus somebody else vouched to pay for me. So I'm like, you know what? Why not? It's not my money, you know? So I'm going to tell you guys my experience getting it done twice and basically what both piercers told me. So my first point of advice is know your placement. Know exactly where you want it placed. Some people, they may want it a little more far back. Some people may want it a little more towards the tip, far up. Some people may want it a little more towards the end of the nostril. Some people want it higher. You never know. So basically try to get like, you know, a little jewel, a little rhinestone. If you have, I know a lot of people, to fake piercings, they use lash glue and then they just do like the piercing, a piercing here or like on the top, like, or they'll do either sides of their nose or even like on their dimples. So if you have lash glue or just like some flimsy glue that won't really stick that much, you can use that. Go to like the dollar store and get some rhinestones of like different sizes to put on the nose to see exactly where you want it placed, and of different sizes to let yourself know like what size you're comfortable with. Because the first time I got my piercing, it was bigger than the piercing I have now. And honestly, that wasn't really a problem for me. My whole problem with my first piercing was the placement and the fact that the way it was pierced, it was toward my nose more. And I felt like it being back and the fact that you couldn't really see the jewel. You could only see the side of the jewel, and like to actually show the piercing, I needed to like really turn my nose, when now you can see it coming on and then you can just like see it more when I turn my face. That was my whole problem. And I feel like if you've ever got a piercing like your ears or anything on your face, they have like a marker to like do a little dot to show you where it's gonna be placed. And that happened, but I was just like so excited that she like did it wherever, and I just looked at it and was like, yeah, cool, I want to do this, you know. Plus it was like near my birthday, so I was just like, yes, like determined to get this piercing that I wasn't really conscious, you know, of what was happening. I was just like, do it, I want it done, blah blah blah. So yeah, definitely play with like different little jewels to see where you want your placements, and you know exactly where you want it. Even you could even mark it yourself and come in and be like, I want it marked here, and they'll probably do it, you know. The second thing is actually do your research on, you know, the piercing place. Like look them up on Google, see if they have anything less than like a 4.5 out of 5 rating, then you shouldn't go, honestly. Like actually, and don't just like Google them and like look at the first review and be like, okay, they're great. No, look through the reviews, you know, see if they have any pictures, because at a lot of places it'll just be like an actual tattoo shop and then there's one piercer there. So look to see if you can get a hold of the piercer's social media and see actual piercings that they've done to see like just how they are, like if they all look the same, if they're all like pushed back and you know you don't want that, pick someone else. Look through the comments, because a lot of the time if someone's not happy with something, they'll most likely go back to either Google reviews, Yelp reviews, or their Instagram comments and be like, oh, at the time I liked it, but now I see that it's crooked, blah blah blah. Look to see, just like, you know, do your research, get a lot of information about this person, because if it's your first piercing, obviously you want this to be memorable. So you don't want no one with a bad attitude who's gonna be like, you know, who's gonna be like pushy and like attitude-ish and be like, oh, why are you so scared, you know? If you want this to be a memorable experience. And that's another thing. Let's get into the pain. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt. And I've got it done twice, and after the second time I was like, listen, if we don't like this after a while, we're just keeping it, or we're just taking it out. We're not getting another one, because I'm not going through this pain again. It honestly, like, it felt the same both times, and they didn't have the gun. I got the needle. The second time it was good because I knew what to expect, but the first time I was with my friend, I was like just talking to her, and I was like getting kind of giddy because I was kind of nervous about the pain because I'm dramatic. And I was like, she like had my nose, so I naturally just closed my eyes because her hand was like right in front of my face and I couldn't see anything anyway. So I opened my eyes for like a split second and I see that long ass needle. The needle is long, like the needle. It may freak you out seeing it. That's why, like, close your eyes if you're really squeamish, because if you just watch it, you're probably just gonna keep freaking out. But yeah, first they kind of pinch your nose a little bit, so it's like that's already something to distract you a little bit from the pain. But it just feels like an elongated pinch. Like if you've ever gotten a shot, not a flu shot, I hate flu shots because like you can feel them injecting it, but if you've ever got like blood work taken and like that pinch, the needle is thicker than that, so it's gonna feel like a little more amplified than like a blood work needle. And like it's going through, like the whole thing has to go through, and then they have to put in the jewel. The pain is pretty much the same throughout. Like, no, it's not like a roller coaster. It's really just smooth sailing going around. But my advice on that, after like initially, like I'd say 2 to 3 weeks, because the piercing is still fresh and the skin around it will still feel tight. So that's why when you flare your nostrils, like you'll feel like the tenderness around it. That's why you pick like a good time where you know like you're not gonna be sick, you won't get allergies, to get your piercing done. Because if the piercing is like still really raw, and like, okay, 1 or 2 sneezes, like in the mornings I'll be like a little stuffed up and I'll have to blow my nose, but it's honestly just one good blow. If you know you're gonna be sick, like around this time you get the flu, or around this time you have really bad allergies, I'd say wait until like your body is good, because keeping having blow your nose and then like your nose, you know, gets red and raw, I'd say wait until your body is good, because it's gonna irritate the piercing, and it's gonna, like, the piercing is still raw, so you're just gonna be like annoyed, like, oh, I keep freaking sneezing, and having to do stuff with your nose when you really just want to leave it alone. Now here's why you need to research your piercer, because the first piercer that I got, she just told me to use the Neil Med piercing aftercare fine mist fine mist wound wash. Basically you can spray it on a Q-tip and then go in your nose and clear the piercing from the inside and on the outside, or you can just spray up your nose or spray like on the piercing. and then just be done. What she told me was to clean it like twice a day with the mist. She didn't say that I needed to wash it. She said I can get it wet. I actually had to ask, like, when washing my face, like, am I gonna have to put like saran wrap on top of it or whatever, cause like, can I get it wet? And she said you could get it wet, but don't use any soap on it. She just said use the piercing Aftercare. And my second piercer, he told me to wash it with the Dove soap, sensitive skin soap, like with my 2 fingers, and just like rub it a little bit, and then, you know, wash my face regularly. And as well, after washing it, use the Aftercare, both twice a day. So my first piercer also said after 2 months I can stop with this and then I'll just be done. But then the second piercer, he said the same thing, but he said keep washing it, you know, doing the soap thing with your 2 fingers. So like, that's kind of why I feel like you should really research your piercer, because I didn't. I researched like the place, I saw the rating, but I didn't really look at the I didn't really do my research. So that's really what I mean by like, make sure your piercer knows what they're talking about. See if they're trustworthy, see if they know what they're talking about. Professionalism is key. See, you know, how professional they are, because like, this is your face, number 1. Number 2, you don't want any infections on like your face. You don't want them in general, but like on any other part of your body you're able to cover, but like on your face, you know. So yeah, just make sure you guys be careful, and like, make sure you're sure about the piercing, number 1, and make sure that you know what you're stepping into, that they have, you know, experience, number 1, and they even have a license, because some of these places don't have a licenses to pierce, well, they just be piercing. And yeah, just be careful, guys. My piercer, he told me like, don't be shy, make sure if any complications, you come back and, you know, we can check it out. And he told me when I want to change it, I can go back and he'll change it for free. And that's why you check your piercers. But but yeah, don't be afraid to like bust up in there. Not bust up in. Don't be afraid to go back to your piercer, or like, just make sure you're able to go back to your piercer if you have any complications, because a good piercer will want to help you. You know, a bad piercer will just be like, what do you want me to do? I already got my money, you know? So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more information, make sure to comment down below. If you like seeing my face, make sure you subscribe and like this video. And seriously, any questions, comment down below. I'm all up in my comment section all day, every day. I get the notifications and I make sure to comment back in a timely manner. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.